We're here with a very special Earth Mystery News interview. I've got Linda Moulton Howe, and today we've got from Norway, Kate Torrance. And Kate, you have some fantastic experiences that you've had of direct contact. Some people have contact on a level that's on a subtle level, I guess one could say, another dimensional level, as well as the 3D, three-dimensional level, and you have both, and that's fascinating, and we're going to share that today. And I'm going to ask Linda to take it away and do her thing as only Linda Moulton Howe can do. Thank you.
Thank you, Sid, and I'm so glad to meet you, Kate. After seeing the images of the neodymium magnets on, I think it's more than half a dozen places of your body. And so today is, for me, is to try to understand some of the background that would lead to these photos and see what more we can do. What age was your first experience? Say that again.
I was around 3 years old.
3.
I was standing in the crib and I was looking out. We had big windows. And in the next moment there was this white kind of person who was coming in through the wall on my left side.
Did you just say a white person coming through the wall?
Yeah.
Now, in your mind's eye, can you try to describe for me what it is that you are seeing at age 3?
Yeah, it was not coming so fast, but it's more like a gliding kind of move that was entering in front of my bed, or my crib. And it was just
come through the wall. Did you actually see it come through the wall?
Yeah. I see it just through the wall.
Okay, and it's up in the air. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, and he was not that tall. He was not much taller than me. His head was a little bit more up, like here when I was standing in the crib. And he was just gliding in front of the bed and standing there looking at me.
Were you seeing eyes, nose, hair, or what?
Just see the big back eyes. Not that much of a nose or a mouth or anything. It was not any hair, nothing. Just very, how to say it, plain kind of person.
Could you see from here down?
Yes, I could.
Was there anything like clothing?
No.
Could it have been a leotard?
No, I didn't see anything. It looks like a skin all over. But it was not that. It wasn't any plain white. It was more like, how to say it? If you take white and black and make this pattern, it's not skeleton, but it's a kind of. It's not plain color.
What is it that you remember now concentrating on the most of what's in front of you?
For me, I was just looking at him. I felt that it was this thing, and this thing was looking at me, and there was not any words spoken. They were just inside our heads, and I was just getting the feeling that he was just checking me out to see if I was okay.
And you keep saying him and he. Do you think this was male?
No, for me, I'm just saying him. It could be her or androgyn, or I don't know how to say it. This person, this thing.
Did you have like thoughts in your mind with any images or any symbols?
No, I was just getting the feeling. It was like sending me more like a feeling that he was that this thing was checking me out to see if I was okay.
Did you feel any fear?
No, never.
Did you feel anything?
More like just as a friend, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did that friend touch you ever?
No, I don't remember.
No reaching out with arms?
No, I can't remember that, no.
Did you ever let go of the crib?
No.
What is the very next thing that you remember?
I remember that first we had this inside call of connection, and then he was just disappearing the same way out through the wall again. And in the next moment, I'm seeing this thing with one other sitting in a spacecraft or other something strange thing passing through the window, and then it was gone. Like I told Sid, I was thinking that, oh, this was Santa Claus because it was not so far away from Christmas time.
When you described, Kate, the being leaving the room again, going through the wall, did it go through the wall in a light, or did it just go through the wall? And what did it look like when it was going through the wall?
Imagine if you could just go through the wall as if the wall was just like a fog, or how to express it, that you just can just pass straight through it.
So it didn't make a shape or anything. It just as if like as if the atoms, for lack of better words, the atoms of the wall just allowed it to move through.
Yeah.
And this is explained by others in physics, that we're dealing with intelligences that know how to rheostat the Planck's constant. And Planck's constant is what makes the atoms, the neutrons, have a distance. And that's how it's solid. If you changed it by a trillionth of an inch, any one of the measurements in Planck's constant, we wouldn't be able to pick up, we wouldn't be able to interact with anything. So Planck's constant has to be the key to how you can rheostat, which is impossible to us, and then you could move through the atoms of anything. That's the way it's been explained to me. And that's what they do. It's pure technology. In your mind's eye, go to the very next that you think right now that you are going to this 9 or 10. What is the first memory that you have that's vivid of something else that happened at 9 or 10?
Every evening when my family has gone to sleep, I was getting out on the roof and sitting on the roof and looking for the stars and the moon and things like that. And I was feeling lost down here. I wanted to go home. I didn't know where home was, but I wanted to go home. And I was doing this quite a lot. And I remember that normally I was a horse girl in the daytime, always drawing horses. But from one day to another, I would stop drawing horses. I was drawing this small little gray man with the black eyes instead. And I remember when I was coming to school, I was starting to talk about other civilizations, planetarium, all kind of stuff. That was the first memory.
You went out, your urge to get out onto the roof. When you go out, do you see anything, feel anything? What happens physically?
What's physically is that they are taking up into some craft. But I didn't remember so much about getting the beaming up. A little bit of the light, yes. But most of it, I remember this kind of helmet and the needles and this thing around my nose and my ears.
Talk to me about everything that you're seeing and what you felt.
I don't remember if I was feeling so much afraid. But I can't say that I liked what they was doing to me, because I was afraid of the things that they was putting on me, because I also had sent a picture to Sid about this, when I have this kind of helmet things on my head.
But do you have any visual memory from hypnosis, being in light, coming up into something? Can you describe the surroundings?
I can't remember so much about, I remember this bright light over my head, and in the next moment I remember is that I'm lying on some table or floating in the air, more likely, and this being standing around me.
How many are standing around you?
I guess there was 3 of them, 3, 4 of them.
Are they the same as the model being that stood next to your crib?
Yes.
Is your mind and are your eyes being drawn to one of the 4?
No, I think that my focus was more of what they were trying to do to me.
What are you seeing next?
It was not the same helmet as there was the next time, my other experience. But they still have these kind of things that there was very tiny and look like forks on them.
Okay.
That was
What
going
color?
up,
What color?
gray, silver.
Was it metal or plastic or
Metal.
metal? And is one person holding it? Are all four holding it? What are they doing with these forks?
I don't know how many who was holding them or anything like that. I just had my eyes focused on this because it's going to put them inside my nose.
Use your fingers to describe to us how those fork-like metal or steel prongs are coming into your face, into your nose, right?
You had this was going here, was like this, and you had this smaller bits with the forks on was going up into my nose.
So it's almost like it went around your head,
Yeah.
and then from that piece that was around your head, something else came up into your nose.
Yes.
At that moment, right now, do you remember any feeling of pain or numbness or heat or cold, or did you smell anything?
No, I don't remember. Because after when I was doing this, then after that it was all black.
What is the very next frame that you remember after the black?
I was waking up in bed.
But what are you seeing?
Normal morning.
Between 9 to 10 to 30, did anything else in vivid dreams occur?
There was a period of time that that was taking me up in my dreams every night.
And every night for maybe how many years?
More like months, because there were so many things that was happening around when I was around 30.
Okay, for months.
Because I remember I was working and living as a normal person with like everyone else, and suddenly I was starting to feeling this kind of not drawing, but that someone was dragging me from the outside again. So I remember my boyfriend, he was going to sleep, and I was saying to him that I'm going to sitting and meditate in my TV room. So I was turning out the lights, and sitting and looking out for the windows. And after 3 days, then they starting to dance with 2-3 lights on the sky. Then I knew that, okay, they are back.
What happened at age 30
At
that
the age
they
of
would come back again to do the helmet? What happened?
I was going to this cabin in a mountain called Ghoul. And I was going to stay on this cabin for 2 months. And there was around 2 miles to the closest people. So I was really alone in that place. And I was really liking to stay up there because it was so quiet, so very nice. So it was just me and the cat. And one morning I was waking up and I was thinking, am I going to be sick or something? Because I had this not very dark, but a little still dark, dry, green mass around my eye, a little bit around my eye and from my nose. And I was feeling very sore in my nose. And I also had this, it's not the same kind of mark if you have been lying on your pillow, but it was very more like a very contrast. If someone is grabbing you from metal here. So I had some marks here from that something has been holding very hard. So I was thinking that probably am I getting sick or something like that, but I was washing my face and the day was normal, but when the evening was coming, then I was changing my behavior totally. From relaxing and having a nice time, I was like a stressed cat in a cage. I think that I was reading the same magazine maybe 100 times the same night because I couldn't go to sleep. I was so really stressed out because I knew something was happened, but I didn't know what. I didn't remember anything. And the next day I was finally getting some connection with the people who was owning this cabin. I had this old mobile phone and not so very much of this. What was the name of
Connection.
it? Yeah. And they said that okay, we are going to get you later. And when they was coming to get me, and I was coming back to the civilizations, then I was really knowing that there was something happened, because my ears, oh, it was terrible. You know the light bulb?
Yes.
Is that the name?
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear the sound from all of the light bulbs in the whole house. If I was going to recharge my mobile phone, I couldn't stay in the same room, because it would be the same as a microphone beep.
A feedback, like feedback.
This feedback, yes.
So your ears were suddenly very sensitive to certain frequencies.
Yeah, and if people were talking, it was too loud. So I take these little paper dots to put in my ears to get the sound down.
Earplugs.
Yeah.
So in fact, your senses of your hearing and went to hypersensitivity. It was more than your normal human hearing, because you were saying that you could hear the hum of a light bulb as if it was thunderous, loud.
Yeah.
And what I was going to ask you was, did you have any gut feeling or intuitive feeling about why they had done this? Why had they suppressed you between age 10 and 30? And then why were they coming back to enhance you?
Good question. I really don't know exact. I will come to some of it later, because they have given me so much other kind of lecture or showing me things.
Teachings.
Teachings, yes.
How long did it take after the green on your face and the enhancement of your smelling and your sense, your smelling and your ears, for the beings to communicate to you about what was happening? How long?
Not long.
Month?
I don't remember exactly, because I was feeling that they was close to me all the time.
Oh, so you were feeling then that there was presence in your daily life?
Yes. Not any physical, but more contact with the mind.
At that time, did you have any sense that there was anything in your body that they had inserted?
No, I was not thinking about that. No.
Okay.
When my nose was blocked, I was feeling that maybe that they had put something in there, but I have not been thinking so very much about it. Not been until I saw the video from Sid, and he was asking me to buy these little magnets. Then I was getting a lot of surprises the last few days.
We're gonna get there.
I got myself a little piercing.
Oh, look at that, the magnet.
Oh, look! This is so amazing. Why do you think that the magnets stick where they do stick on your body? I've seen the photos. What do you think is in you at those spots?
I'm not sure. I was a little amazed, because I have this triangular little shaped here in my neck.
Right.
You can't see it. I can feel it. So that's why I wanted to try these magnets on. Now, sometimes it is hiding.
So under the skin, it's a triangular shape feeling.
Yeah.
And
then that was where I was trying this on for the first time.
Does it feel like a structure under your skin? A triangle under your skin?
Turn more towards us and lean in towards the camera and move your hair a little bit, please. Your hair's covering. Yeah, thank you.
I'm not sure if I was... Is it sticking there?
Yeah,
I don't... Yes.
Oh, it is. It is. And under that...
See, I could see the skin get pulled when you took it out.
And when
Yes, because it's a little bit thick here, so I must try to... And when I was doing this, my friend was telling me that maybe you have someone on the other side too of the neck. And I was thinking, I haven't felt any bump there, but I can try. And this was sticking there too. So then I was thinking that, okay, since I had the surgery on my nose, okay, then I try this. Oops, where did it go? Yeah, I have more. I can sit this way. I must try to get the exact right spot.
Do you have any intuitive sense or feeling about what is in there, in you? Do you have any gut feeling or sense?
After, when we were trying to find all the different kind of places where this could be, then I was seeing that I had 19 of them so far.
19 spots?
19 spots.
Is there a pattern or are they random?
Yes.
What's the pattern?
It's a pattern.
Show me the pattern.
I have 2 here, 2 here, here, and 2 here, and I have 5 from here to this place, and I have from the back of my spine and the way down.